Tourism Day, and of course South Africa has so much to offer, but a great deal of challenges to really capitalise on our potential in this sector. KwaZulu Natal, with its beautiful coastline and tropical climate, is hoping to reap great rewards this December holiday season, but of course they're still recovering from the devastating floods in April and years of neglect, corruption that has seen a deterioration in infrastructure. Siboniso Duma, the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs in KwaZulu Natal, joins us now. MEC, thank you so much for your time. Of course, you're not only MEC, you're also chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu Natal. It would be remiss of me if I didn't ask you a couple of questions, I hope you don't mind, about your party's nomination list that came out this morning from the province. Interesting that you are backing Zweli Mkhize to be in the top 6 as a potential president come the voting in December. But notably absent from the list, which I think a lot of us are finding quite surprising, Dlamini Zuma not on the list, and former President Jacob Zuma not on the list. And he actually sent out a message at midnight last night through his daughter saying, "I'm completely available." Why do you think the branches didn't nominate him?
Good evening, Sally, and your viewers at home. Thank you so much for affording us this opportunity. I'm glad you are putting a good word or a nice word for the province, the beloved province of KwaZulu Natal, with good weather, nice people, nice environment for people and for business to thrive. I think, yes, we are doing a great job on the issue of marketing our province, but it's the reality that there was a July unrest, there was flood, there was COVID. So somehow we have been disturbed, and I think we are the major contributor when it comes to the South African GDP. So KwaZulu Natal is boasting of N2 and N3, is boasting of Drakensberg Mountain, nice game that are currently found in the province. I think we've done a sterling job on even ensuring that we maintain the province as part of the strategy in contributing in South African tourism. It is true that even our ocean currently we still have the high E. coli level, but we have dispatched the team as the departments just to maintain that, so that each time you come in Durban in particular, you see nice ocean and you can swim. You can just cruise around the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I love KwaZulu Natal. I was there this past weekend. I was very dismayed about the E. coli in the water. And I want to get into that. But I do want to hear from you with your ANC chairman hat for KwaZulu Natal. Why wasn't Jacob Zuma nominated, do you think, by branches, despite his willingness?
I'm sure because you are part and parcel of the media space and South African citizen. As the province of KwaZulu Natal, we take a very strategic decision and the position of ensuring that we maintain the hegemony of the branches. We decided to give them the chance so that they are the proper eNCA project of December conference as opposed to leadership. I think it has been a wrong trend of the leadership, which is the minority when it comes to membership. We've got membership that is almost 100,000 these days in the province of KwaZulu Natal, or almost 190,000. So we thought it's well that let us tap into their wisdom. They are the one who gave us this product. So the decision of more or most branches giving us the product of Comrade Zweli Mkhize as the candidate for president, Comrade Paul Mashatile, Comrade Phumulo Maswale, Comrade Nomvula, Comrade Matabata, is as a result of branches. So the
people have spoken essentially. I got you. But surely, I hear you. And the correct way in the ANC, as we know, is that it's got to come from the branches up. Would you say this is an indication then that these two political stalwarts are not as popular in KwaZulu Natal as they once were? And I'm talking, of course, Jacob Zuma and Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. It's clearly then a sign that the branches in KwaZulu Natal do not want them. Would you agree?
I'm sure you understand the role and the mantra, the posture of branches and the leadership of KwaZulu Natal. We do support Comrade President Zuma. I think he's the stalwart in the province. He's among the prominent figures, and he's the former president of the ANC. Obviously, that gives you the adage that he is amongst those who are the advanced detachment. He has served. If we are regarded as the stalwart, it means that you have a nice aptitude and the
but not as popular
so
as one might have thought.
No.
Would you agree?
wait, Sally. The issue
No, I'm just asking a question.
Comrade President, remember, as the province of KwaZulu Natal, we have articulated the position that Comrade President Zuma is the senior citizen currently. He's someone who must be supported. He's someone who must be taken care of. That's how much we respect him. I think ours goes towards that level.
He's also a man, let's be honest though, he's also a man facing serious corruption charges for the arms deal. And he's also a man who's been heavily implicated in state capture. Some suggest that you shouldn't be so cozy with Jacob Zuma yourself. It's perhaps not a good plan for your political ambitions. What do you say to them?
Justice delayed and justice denied. I think it has been almost 20 years since his case started. So I don't think it has been fairly decided nicely on the issue of justice system of South Africa. So our position is that Comrade President Zuma has played a pivotal role in South African politics. He has contributed. It's the same with Comrade Nkosazana. He's currently the NEC member, longest serving member of the ANC. He's also the minister in South Africa. He's been served at the level of AU. She's amongst those comrades who must tap from their wisdom, who must play a nice counsel as well among us.
But again, I mean, sorry to rush you because we are just a bit tight on time. Again, not nominated by the people of the branches. Fair enough, that, as you say, is their decision. But they did go for Dr. Zweli Mkhize. Now, let's be clear here. He's implicated in this Digital Vibes tender, but as yet there are no charges. So does that mean the way is, at this point, completely clear for him to head and contest for that president position in December, as things stand? Am I right?
The issue as a nice guideline which gives who must qualify, how you qualify. So Comrade Zweli, where we are seated, is someone who's qualified, someone on the issue of, if even you'll follow because you are part and parcel of the system, no charges has been laid against him or lodged against him. So as far as we know, he is amongst the comrades who must be given a chance, who can lead the ANC and lead the country going forward.
Right.
So I think that's where we are as the province. And the provincial secretary this morning has already indicated categorical that we must lobby and be lobbied by other provinces. We must go and persuade other provinces. We are not rigid, we are not fixated, because this will be a national conference where we just have to sell our view. Our view might prevail, our view might not prevail, but the ANC, the best interest of the ANC must be taken at the focal area and at the center.
Yeah, let's face it, you are the biggest ANC province in the country, so you do have a lot of power and you'll have a lot of sway come December. But I am now going to move to tourism, which is why we asked you to come on, and thank you for your patience. So as you alluded, you know, what's happening with the beaches in Durban, Umhlanga as well, the levels of E. coli, and this of course is partly due to the April floods that just destroyed so much of the sanitation infrastructure. But there's also, it has to be said, years of neglect of infrastructure, of water infrastructure. Also, Durban is now having to deal with load shedding, which is further weakening your infrastructure. And I would imagine, as Economic Development MEC, you're really hoping for a great influx of tourists come December. But it's going to put a strain on that infrastructure. You have limited time to get things right. So talk to me about what the plans are to sort out the sea, to make sure that the big cities can cope, that the cities can cope with the influx of tourists. What is the plan?
I think the strategic center of KwaZulu Natal, for you to thrive, you must create an enabling environment. I think we've said, and I've already mentioned that we have set the group of environmentalists just to assist the municipalities that are surrounded by the ocean, eThekwini District Municipality, Ugu District Municipality, King Cotshwayo, and Umkhanya District. So we have to ensure that as the province, our focal area is to entice the hospitality industry, assist them, which is why we're part and parcel of ensuring that even on the issue of insurance, they should be assisted. I think the issue of, from time to time, we launched the tourism month. We went to meet Ma. There was a positive result. I think there was a rugby over the weekend. Almost all the surrounding hotels were full.
That's right,
in Durban.
yes.
It shows that Yeah, it means that people still have a serious confidence on it. When it's true that the issue of ESCOM has affected us, the issue of load shedding. It's true that the issue of the floods has damaged our infrastructure, water affairs and the Teguini and other municipalities assisted by Umgen as well. We've planted aquatic the pipes that are going to ensure that even when we harvest water, when we assist the dams, it becomes easy, but it will take some time. So it is a matter of us ensuring that the current infrastructure that we have must be maintained and must be monitored thoroughly. We've spoken on the issue of maintenance plan, which is critical for our municipality. We've just embarked on a team and make sure that we must have from other provinces and other countries that are able to manage their surface, even around the issue of the bags, around the coast, so that we attract more tourists during December. KZN will still be highlighted as the good province that must be visited, and please put a good word as well for us.
Well, of course I want to, but I am worried about the E. coli in the sea. Are you confident, as the MEC who's overlooking environment, tourism and economic development, and that's a hefty portfolio, that the sea in Durban, Umhlanga, affected currently by E. coli, is going to be safe to swim in come December?
I think come December, let us just mention, because at the level of government, at the level of the capacity, yes, something is being done, but we are just hoping and praying that we are not going to get any further rain, because the issue of E. coli, we must say that at this pace, at this point in time, it might be good, but you find that you have heavy rains, then it might have an impact. But we are comfortable at the rate of where we are going. I think it will be okay. We must just market our beach that by December we'll be okay, but we'll keep in touch. And that is why we're saying that even the social media is critical to be followed these days, to be updating our...
And MEC, also, please, when you've made some significant progress, please do come back onto the programme and tell us, because we need good news and we want to hear that our tourism centres are doing well. I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. Great to chat to you. That was Siboniso Duma. He's the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs in KwaZulu Natal, also the ANC chairman in that province, and that's the biggest ANC province in the country.